come on now. This was not an error. I mean, what? Alexa is trained to spew DEI rhetoric too? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel Modern Renaissance Man. I am Ty Smith. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure you follow me on the platforms you see above and below. And also, clicking that right there will allow my content to consistently be recommended to you. And last but not least, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this. I know that you guys have not seen me in a long time. And let me just start off saying this first and foremost. I was not suspended by YouTube. I was not kicked out or dropped or anything like that. And not anything like that. I can talk about it now, but I couldn't talk about it then. I lost my furry son. Yes, folks, Balin, who has been, part of this channel a little bit, as a lot of you know, especially early on, is no longer with us anymore. So I'm going to just leave it at that, because if I keep on talking about it, y'all going to try to get me to get emotional. And no, I cry by myself. I don't cry in front of people or anything like that. So yeah, but I'm just honestly, yeah, it was pretty devastating. No matter what, he lived out his full age. He was just dying of old age there. He wasn't sick. He didn't have any ailments, anything like that. He lived a full, long life for a dog like him. And it was just time. He was telling us it was time and all that. So that's what happened. And I appreciate you guys, all the letters, the emails, even the ones the guys that put money together to get the gift that you guys got me, those that sent things to the P.O Box. I really do appreciate that. And so does my family. So there that is, folks. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's get ready to talk about this subject that's at hand. Y'all, come on now. Let's get ready to get into this, man. Y'all, you guys just saw the video there, and it was something that was completely kind of blazing over the internet. No, actually, y'all didn't see the video because I didn't show you guys the video yet. Yeah, but you will see the video. Anyway, guys, come on now. We all know that when it comes to this technology and all these things like that, it seems like that every time there's an error, the error seems to be favored towards one side. You remember how especially you that's been with me, you guys remember how I was giving you guys all the information you needed when it came to the Fauci, ouchie, hokey pokey clot shot. Remember all that? I was being censored, videos taken down, spewing misinformation, disinformation. It wasn't until I hit YouTube back with an attorney and told them compare my medical degree to whoever is at YouTube medical degree. All of a sudden they put my videos back up, and now my videos are lost in translation. They've been heavily suppressed, which is why this channel is being heavily suppressed. So that's why I say in the beginning of the video to make sure y'all hit the like button and all that and share, because you guys will be the reason why this stuff spreads. Anyway, if you do not know what happened, a woman asked a question to Alexa, and this is what happened.
All right, listen to this. Amazon insists Alexa does not have any political opinions after this error went viral.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a woman of color who has overcome numerous obstacles to become a leader in her field. Additionally, her experience as a prosecutor and her record of accomplishment in the areas of criminal justice and immigration reform make her a compelling candidate.
Outkick host Tommy Larian joins me now. Tommy, here we go again. What do you think about those responses from Alexa?
Well, listen, isn't it funny, Carly, that every time there is a big tech error, it only seems to go one way? I think there are no Americans who are shocked by this. I mean, if we look at the list of things, and there are really too many to name, but when you think about COVID censorship, the Hunter Biden laptop censorship on X, on Facebook, across social media, when you think about Facebook accidentally labeling the Trump assassination attempt photo as something that was altered when it clearly was not, the list just goes on and on. The Google searches, which were really Kamala campaign ads disguised as news searches, there's always an error, and these companies always come out and then they address that there was an error. Then perhaps they quickly change it, but there's never any accountability, never any consequences. And I'd also like to point out that even when Alexa gives an answer about why you should vote for Kamala Harris, the first thing, and really the only thing that Alexa can name, is that she is a woman of color who has overcome obstacles. I don't know if many Americans are voting solely on that, but I would certainly hope not.
Yeah, that's a great point. So an Amazon spokesperson told Fox News Digital, quote, "This was an error that was quickly fixed." To your point, it's always an error after they get caught. Senior advisor to former President Trump, Jason Miller, also posted on X, "Error, just like big tech censorship of the Hunter Biden laptop story was an effort." So, Tommy, in some ways, these like constant behind the scenes efforts are ridiculous and somewhat already baked into American politics. But it is also big tech trying to put their thumb on the scale here. And they're not doing it in an overt way. They're trying to hide their efforts and subconsciously change the minds of Americans. And it doesn't seem like this is a problem that's going away, which is a further issue here.
Well, they might be trying to hide it, but I would argue that it's thinly veiled. I don't feel like they're really ashamed of what they're doing. I feel like they're actually a little more shameless, and it's just getting worse and more brazen. They've become more entitled. I'd also say this to some of these companies. We hear a lot about DEI and inclusion and diversity. Well, it would be nice if some of these companies, I don't know, would maybe hire a conservative or independent-minded thinker every now and again to get maybe a little diversity of thought in some of these companies. Then maybe so many of these errors wouldn't happen with such stunning regularity.
Yeah, free positive publicity for Kamala that money cannot buy. Tommy, thank you so much for joining us. Incredible clips. Who knew Amazon was working for the Harris campaign?
Yeah, so you guys saw all that. You heard all of that, right? Now, guys, I mean, to me personally, I think it would be like a complete insult to your intelligence for me to sit here and have you tell me in good faith, do you think that that was an error? That was not an error. That was intentionally and purposely put in there for that reason. I think if they had this thing, y'all, you do know human beings have to be the ones that put that stuff in. I know y'all talk about AI and things like that. Maybe Alexa is some shape, form, and fashion of AI, but to have this turn around and specifically say, it does not have anything to do, nor is it able to give any type of influence when it comes to political affiliation, yada, yada, peanut butter. But then turn around and absolutely 100% praise Kamala Harris. And I can't believe, I'm just being honest, the fact that they even put it in there as being a colored woman who struggles, like, wait, what? That's what it's starting off with? Just like that, like I mentioned in the beginning, complete DEI rhetoric programmed into Alexa to respond the way that it did. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what they say. My son is into cybersecurity. Someone had to put that into Alexa, program into Alexa for Alexa to answer that specific question in that specific manner. Now it's going to come down to, since it was an error, who's responsible for that error? Because it was humanly done. Plain and simple. Now, my next question would be, if it was me, is this not some shape, form, or fashion of like, you know how they did the whole Russia hoax, trying to influence the election? How is this not some shape, form, or fashion of trying to influence the election by having this computer software pretty much try to influence you and push a narrative to vote for Kamala Harris? I would have been crazy if I would have told you that would have did the same thing for Trump. You know good and goddamn gone well that thing would not have said nothing like that about Trump. It probably would have said something like, we don't talk about Donald Trump because he is a convicted felon and on 34. It probably would have went into all that. It wouldn't have did anything like it just did for Kamala Harris. We all know what's going on. Y'all, listen. That's why any other content creators that are out there that are just like me, this is why we really push and urge you guys to share our videos, to like the videos, because we are up against the machine that has been completely programmed to try to silence voices of reason, conservative voices, intellectual voices, definitely 100% Christian voices. They have been set up to do it because they do not like the truth that we put out. They don't like when we call them out for the bull crap that they spew out. They don't like when we bring common sense to the conversation so you can just see through it clearly without any distractions. It's that simple. If you're going to tell me, well, because they said it was an error, you are one of the most easily influenced and manipulated people out there right now. And it's no surprise why you can be easily manipulated by the media. Like how you've been manipulated by the media right now over Kamala Harris. Now, I'm not saying this is all of you, but for some of you, this woman wasn't even on the scene. All of a sudden, she pops up and they glorifying her. They got all these videos and things of her. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And all of a sudden, she waving it, and all of a sudden, she's the thing now. Just because they told you she was the thing. And now you saying she's the thing. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that, but that didn't cost you nothing to throw that in there. Let me know what y'all thoughts are on this. Do you think that was an error? Do you think that was intentionally done? Do you think it was an accident? Do you think it wasn't purposeful? Do you think that something might have gotten into Alexa as an AI and AI answered according to how AI felt? Do you think that the DEI dang on rhetoric was programming to Alexa to answer that question that way? And do you think it would have been the same result if they would have asked it about Trump? Leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to do that right there. And don't forget also check your cell phones to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in the next one. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.